Hello everyone, welcome to this video. So in this video we will be talking about the do while loop which is used in Java. So we have already discussed about the for loop, the while loop, and today we will be discussing about the do while loop which is used in Java control statements. Okay, so let us start. So the Java do while loop, it is used to iterate a part of the program repeatedly until a particular condition is satisfied. The condition is similar to that what we have discussed in our while loop. Condition, it will be referring to some true and false values, that is some boolean value will be there, and if it is true then it will go on executing, and if even when it is false it will come out of the loop. Okay, so if the number of iteration is not fixed and we have to execute the loop at least once, it is recommended to use the do while loop. So the next point that we have to remember is that if the iteration is not fixed but loop has to execute at least once, then we can go ahead with the use of do while loop. And in this is quite different from the while loop, because in while loop not even once the loop would be executed, but here in the do while loop at least once we can expect that the loop to execute. Okay, and it is also called as an exit control loop. Okay, it is also known as, the other name for this is the exit control loop, because unlike while loop and for loop, the do while check the condition at the end of the loop body. Suppose the loop body starts somewhere here, so the condition is basically checked at this point, whereas in for it checks here, as well as in while it also checks here. Okay, so those are entry control loops and this is basically your exit control loops, and it is executed, as already mentioned, as it is executed at least once because the condition is checked after the loop body. So once this has been executed, then only the condition will be checked. Okay, now going to the syntax of it, so this will be more clear when we will be going deeper into it. So when we look into the syntax, so initially there will be a do. Okay, and within here there is the code that needs to be executed, as well as the update statement. Okay, this is similar to what we have already done in our while loop. However, in while we did not have do here. Okay, and after that we will be checking for the condition here with the keyword while, and the condition will be written within the brackets. Now we have to understand that explicitly this will be executed first and then only the while condition is checked. Okay, and here if it is found true, it will go on executing this. If it is found false, it will no longer execute and it will come to the next statement which is there after the while loop. However, once it will be executing. Okay, once this particular loop would be executed, because before the condition could be checked, already the code, the body of the do while loop would be executed. Okay, so talking about the different parts of the do while loop, it is similar again to the while loop, where we have a condition initially. Okay, and it is basically nothing but an expression, and it is tested. Sorry, the spelling is not correct. It is basically an expression which is tested for true or false value. Okay, so this expression is basically tested for true or false, and if the condition is true, the loop body is executed and the control goes to the update expression. As soon as the condition becomes false, so true, it will go on updating the value and executing it. However, if it is false, then it will break and come out of the loop. And expression could be anything which is I is equal to 10 or less than equal to 10 or greater than equal to 10 and so on. Okay, and the second one is basically your update expression. So update expression is just incrementing the value of the loop variable. Okay, so update expression, so every time the loop body is executed, the update the expression increments or decrements the loop variable. So this is explicitly concerned with the loop variable. Okay, so example would be I plus plus or I minus minus. So it can increment or decrement as and when it is required. Okay, if we want to look at the flow chart of this do while loop, it is similar to what we have already seen in our while loop. Okay, however it will just be executing the loop once and it will be checking for it. Okay, so we will not be investing much time on drawing the flowchart because we have already understood how the while loop works. It is just that we have to check for the condition, check for the, I mean execute the condition once and then check for the condition. Okay, now talking about an example. So if we look into one example of the do while loop, so suppose I am considering a particular class, let's say class, I'll just write here as do while. Okay, sorry, this is okay, do while, and here I have mentioned public static void main, this is the main method, string arguments. As already mentioned, you can write the other way around also. You can keep the array here and write it, but I prefer this way, so this gives me a better understanding of the program, so that is why I use this. However, it is up to you. Okay, again for arguments array you can use a different name, it is again up to you. Okay, so int I is equal to, let's say I'm keeping it as 1. Initially I'm initializing the variable I as 1. Now what I'll do is I'll simply print the value of I at least once. Okay, so here I'll try to do system dot out dot println, and I'm printing the value of I. So before that I also have to update, before closing it I have to update the value of I plus plus, and here I will be checking for the condition which is I is less than is equal to 10. Okay, and I will close the main method. Now when you're looking into this, just see here. So first of all I am initializing the value of I as 1. Okay, now it enters the do and the body of the do while loop. So here what happens, as soon as it encounters system.out.println and I, it will print the value of 1. It will print the value of 1. Okay, and after it is printing the value of 1, it will update the value of I. So initially I was 1, now I will become 2, and then it will check for this condition while I is less than is equal to 10. Yes, 2 is less than is equal to 10, so it will print the next value of I, which is 2. Again, now I will be incremented. After this is printed, it will go here. So now 2 will be incremented and value of I will become 3, and after this is incremented, it is checking for the condition. So 3 is less than is equal to 10. Yes, so it will again enter here and it will go on executing until it reaches 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. So this is the value of I. Okay, and it will go on printing till 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Now as soon as it is less than is equal to 10, so this condition is true, it will simply go to the next one. Okay, and sorry, when it is 9, okay, when it is 9, and it will simply go to the go back to the repeat the iteration again, and then it will print the value of 10. Now what happens is, after the 10 value is printed, okay, after the 10 value is printed here, the control goes to the next one, which now I becomes 11, right? So here it will be checking for 11 is less than is equal to 10, so it will give me false, so it will break here and come out of the loop. So this is how your do while loop works. So at least once the value would be printed, okay. We will also see this with a program, and there is also a concept which is known as the infinitive do while loop, okay. So what happens in infinitive do while loop is that it is similar to the infinitive while loop, okay. So if we pass true in do while loop, it will be a infinitive do while loop. So instead of this condition, if I pass true here, so that will be true in irrespective of anything, okay. So it will be printing a infinitive do while loop. We will look into this with the help of a program, so that it becomes easier for us to understand, okay. So this is all from the theory aspect of do while loop. We will see this with the help of a program in the next video, okay. Thank you.